Commonly used to perform pap smears, IUD insertions, and pelvic exams, the speculum stretches the vaginal walls to allow a physician to visualize and manipulate the cervix. The modern speculum was designed in the 1840s by a male gynecologist. Working without consent or regard for patient pain, he tested his prototypes on enslaved black women, and since, the speculum has changed very little, with only the addition of a second blade and a switch from metal to plastic. Neither of these changes increased patient comfort, with up to 68% of gynecology patients reporting fear and pain related to insertion, dissuading individuals from receiving critical and life saving assessments for cervical cancer, which causes 4,000 new deaths a year. Further, the invasive nature of the speculum can cause severe psychological distress in women, non binary individuals, and trans men, as aggressive penetration diminishes body autonomy and increases gender dysphoria. Therefore, redesigning the speculum is a project not only critical to public health, but also an exercise in reclaiming bodily autonomy for people with uteruses. After 6 market research interviews, an iterative sketching process was used to identify a final design. Patients requested a device that was warm, quiet, expanded slowly, and was available in different makes and colors to increase agency and minimize gender dysphoria. Providers highlighted that the speculum needs to allow for cervical grip, inspection, visualization, and biopsy without compromising provider motility. The resulting design is a 3-part inflatable speculum that expands with warm air over the course of 3 minutes, initially proposed with a gender-neutral design. To promote patient autonomy, the deflated speculum head is housed in a tampon-like applicator that the patient can insert themselves. The applicator is fully injection moldable as seen by draft angle analysis and made of medical-grade polyethylene, which may be printed with different colors and patterns, giving patients aesthetic control. Once the speculum head is inserted, the provider can withdraw the applicator and separate it from the inflatable tube by using a divot at the top and intentionally place perforations to crack it in two. The inflatable tube is made from cut and heat-sealed medical-grade PVC, the same material used to construct inflatable tracheostomy tubes. A gas connector is injection moldable and heat affixed over the end of the smaller tube. Sizes may be adjusted. The gas connector slides easily into a gas exchange tube located on the speculum mechanical body, which consists of an ABS top, bottom, and fan shield affixed with 8 self-tapping screws. Physicians can control the heating and airflow to the inflatable head with 2 injection moldable ABS dials. Both dials are equipped with user-friendly digital readings and affixed with snap fits. Dials will be wired to a negative pressure fan held in place by an ABS fan cage that snaps into the speculum's lower body. Above the negative pressure fan is ample space for a heating unit, represented by the central gray cylinder, which can be affixed via 2 holes to the fan cage. This cavity is large enough to fit several copper heating coils, insulation, tubing, wiring, and a PVC equipped with temperature and pressure monitors. The model is charged with a 3-pronged electrical adapter. All plastic portions of the major speculum body are fully injection moldable, as shown by draft angle analysis. All holes, including the overhangs created by the snap fits, will be manufactured with sliding side actions. Last but not least, the plastic smile is removable for patients who prefer a higher privacy to whimsy ratio. The speculum applicator and inflatable head are both single-use, whereas the body is intended to have a 5-year lifespan and may be disinfected using standard surgical solutions, as it has no contact with the patient. The device has been tested at critical points using an FEA. In the case that the mechanical body is dropped, the inflatable head separates from the gas exchange tube to easily minimize the risk of the speculum being pulled out of the patient. The rest of the speculum has a high safety grade. An LBM was also performed with the total cost of the mechanical body at $69.61, the applicator at $1.08, the inflatable head at 14 cents, and the packaging at $15.18. Expenses are largely due to the electronics and the size of the device, but as a reusable device, the body may be reasonably sold at higher rates. The suggested starting rate is $160 for the speculum mechanical body, with heads and applicators sold in packs of 100 for $250 per pack, which is less expensive than the current disposable speculums, which are often sold for around $450 per pack of 100. This is just the beginning of the inflatable speculum. Future directions include masculine and feminine mechanical bodies, as well as at-home models so the patient can complete their own pap smears without the need to use hands.